So I wanted to just show you some of the hedgerow. So I've got hedgerow all along the garden between one of the orchard blocks, and it's looking fantastic at the moment. So what you can see here is a Nelly's rose, and it's scrambling up through an ornamental prune which has this beautiful dark red foliage, and when it flowers in the early spring it had lovely kind of double pink flowers. And then moving along a bit, that's an abutilon, which I don't know, you might just be able to see that it's got a red flower. And then next to that is the main part of the Nelly's rose, which is, so that stuff up in the tree was coming from here. And then there's an what is it, an abelia. And then next to the abelia there's another rose scrambling through. I don't even know what that one is. Along through the abelia. And then here, that glossy foliage, that's Camellia sinensis, so that's the tree, you know, the tea bush. And then beyond that you can just see the Multiflora de la Grithrae, which is another beautiful shrub rose. So I've just moved along a bit. Here you might be able to see the Multiflora de la Grithrae, and then there's a Philadelphus there. That's a big Philadelphus, which is beautiful and highly scented. And then if I move here, there's another rose, yet another absolutely stunning rose, and I can't pronounce this one. Anesegalis, obviously a French heritage rose. In the background you might just be able to see the Puhoi greengage with loads of fruit forming on it, so that's quite exciting. So I've moved a bit further down the hedgerow. Here there's another rose, and then if you scan back, there's a very tall pussy willow, more abelia, more roses. There's a hydrangea. Oh, and you might be able to see some white roses in there, and that's the cemetery white rose, a beautiful rose that when the buds form, they're kind of a whitey kind of pink colour, and then these beautiful white flowers. It's a really nice rose. Hydrangea there, and then along to an elder. Now this elder, we should have pruned it in the winter and we never got round to it, so it's very tall and it's just starting to flower. There's elderflowers on the top there, so we should get a big crop of elderflowers. Thankfully we've got one of those long-handled pruners, so we'll be able to get those elderflowers off, because quite soon we'll be starting to think about making elderflower lemonade and get that all bottled, ready for the summer solstice, which is always a nice thing to do. So I've moved along a little bit further again. So there's the elder, and as you might be able to see, there's an abutilon, a red flowered abutilon underneath the elder. And then here there's an old gateway, and then there's another rose which is absolutely stunning. So that's the rose, and again I'm probably going to pronounce it really badly, called Wilgenblau, which is this beautiful kind of purpley coloured rose, and it's just covered in flowers at the moment. And that's scrambling through an Elaeagnus multiflora, or a gumi. So the gumis, they're nice plants as well, nitrogen fixing shrubs that I've talked about before. That one needs pruning, but at the moment it's got all those roses through it, so it can stay as it is for now and look amazing. But yeah, nitrogen fixing shrub, good for the hedgerow, good for the orchard. You might be able to see through into the orchard there, some of the trees doing really well. More elders, lots of plums forming, hazels up in the background. So I've moved along again, past there's the Elaeagnus and the Wilgenblau rose, which, as I said, was really beautiful. And then there's another rose here. There's lots of roses. You'll see the theme here. I really do like roses. And this is one of my favourite roses. This is Mutabilis, which is a China rose. And just flowers and flowers and flowers. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but the flowers are a kind of pinky colour, but when they first open they're quite a deep pink, and then they fade to a kind of apricot-y colour, and it flowers on and on and on. There's an orange butylon next to that, and another of these ornamental prunes, which is this one's actually got a Vilkenblau rose scrambling through it, which again is a beautiful combination because it's the dark foliage and the purple of the rose is quite stunning. Okay, on the next section, more roses and honeysuckle. It's a very shrubby honeysuckle, not very invasive, not invasive like those ones you see scrambling around the bush. And then moving down again, what's in there? More roses. And then there's a seedling Hedgerow, which is flowering away at the moment, looking fabulous. So we've had heavy crops of Hedgerows from that tree in the hedgerow, so that's cool. Sticking out the top of there's another pussy willow. And then along there to another kind of shrub rose, which is one called Charleston Mills, which is a beautiful deep kind of red coloured rose. So further down again that's a pussy willow that's actually been coppiced. Some of them we haven't, but that one we did coppice. And then next to that there's another elder. That's a kind of golden foliaged elder that somebody gave me years ago. And then moving along, more pussy willows. There's Philadelphus kind of disappearing in the bottom of there. That's an example of a bit that I need to referee, because I can see in there two huge pussy willows, an elder squashed in the middle, and a Philadelphus, so that needs sorting out. And then further along there's a hydrangea, not the standard hydrangea, different kind. And then more elders, and down to more roses. So this is down at the bottom of that hedgerow looking back up. And I do really like having a hedgerow between the garden and orchard. It's heaps of diversity. It really adds to the biodiversity in the garden. There's flowers in there. There's plants that are beautiful. There's plants that are nitrogen fixers. There's food plants. There's insectary support plants. So it feels like a really good thing to do, and yeah, just really adds to the diversity.